Welcome everyone to the latest episode ng Pilipinas 360 Degrees. Naisingit natin ito before. Magka-catch up tayo sa Ron later tonight. And then in between, meron ka pang 3 pang podcast. May 4 pa akong podcast. So, we get the day going.
Just a normal day at the office.
Just another day. Just another day. Sir Ronald, before we go to the crazy situation inside the country,
Crazy? What crazy
I mean-
situation are you talking about?
Sabagay, there are levels to this game, Sir Ronald. Before we go to the developments at home, including this announcement or reiteration of announcement by Ombudsman Remulla na tuloy na daw yung mga kakasuhan ng mga big fishes next month at papunta na tayo sa exciting part at saka ito yung latest sa Sara impeachment. I just want to get your point of view about yung nangyari over the weekend kasi medyo nakakabahala yata yung nangyari. I think Saudi's main petrochemical and Iran's main petrochemical were hit in cycle of retaliatory. But just to be fair to the Gulf countries, they're not involved in this, so they're at the receiving end of retaliatory attacks. We're really entering a very, very dangerous phase here in tinatawag na infrastructure warfare. Hindi lang tinatarget mo yung military bases. You're targeting basically the energy base of the energy-producing region of the world. That's very scary, Sir Ronald, isn't it?
Ang problema kasi sa mga doomsayers like you and me,
Ayan tayo.
when our predictions happen,
Yun ang
matagal na natin
Yun ang
pinag-uusapan
problema,
before,
yeah.
no? Hindi tayo masaya. No?
Hindi
tayo
I'm-
masaya sa
I'm-
nangyayari.
yeah.
Pero pinag-usapan na natin to before. Ang sabi natin, it's going to get worse before it gets better. With lunatics and psychopaths ruling the world, you don't know what will happen. You have a Putin in Russia. You have a Trump in the US.
You have
no?
China.
You have Xi Jinping in China.
Fire and Fury pala yung Trump
You
book
have,
nandyan. Fire and Fury.
You have Erdogan. No? You have
Orban.
Orban, no,
Yeah.
etc. And a lot more, no? All over they're coming out of the woodwork. So, pero ang pinakamahalaga, yung superpowers.
Yeah.
No? Look at the leadership now of the ones governing this world. No? Kaya nga, halos wasak na ang multilateralism.
Yeah.
Anong itsura ngayon ng United Nations? Anong itsura ngayon ng European Union? Diba? So, yun yung damage na tingin ko mahihirapang i-repair overnight. It will take much, much longer. And you need new leaders dito sa mga mahalagang bansa na ito. Diba? You have populists and lunatics and psychopaths, no? All over the place. No? Kaya going back to sa pinag-uusapan natin, I expected na ito ay magdi-deteriorate into a full-blown war. Na sana hindi. Sana hindi. Pero the die was cast earlier. The Strait of Hormuz ay predictable din na mangyayari. Bahagi yan ng asymmetrical warfare ng isang bansa who is fighting for its existence. Diba? Kaya natawa ko doon sa mga statements ng EU, ng UN, no? Castigating Iran, etc. Malinaw naman, laban naman tayo sa authoritarian regime ng Iran. Diba? Laban naman tayo doon sa pagpatay nila sa kanilang mga citizens. Diba? Pero, itong ginawa ng US, overturned the entire world. No?
And I'm not sure Trump helped yung legitimate grievances of the ordinary folks. Sabi niya over the weekend sa Fox News na binibigyan naman daw niya ng barel yung mga protesters and all. I mean, it's
Actually,
horrible.
Tama ka. Ang
Horrible.
na-damage dito is the anti-government protest movement inside Iran. Dahil ngayon, wala na silang basis para magprotesta. Dahil they're being attacked by several superpowers. So natigil yung lumalawak na opposition sa regime. No? Kahit thousands na yung pinatay. No? Natigil yan Dahil nga dito sa gera.
At may rallying around the flag na pwedeng gawin ng rehimen na yan.
The worst disservice dito sa movement na ito within Iran ay itong gera.
Well, which includes the death of thousands of civilians as we speak, the destruction of tens of thousands of civilian units,
Yes.
Pasteur Institute, vaccine producing, I mean, top universities, technological universities are being targeted,
Yes.
petrochemical facilities, bridges, I mean,
The entire region will be affected. No? Katulad nga ng sinabi mo kanina. No? Big petrochemicals around the Gulf are now damaged to a great extent. No? Pero napag-usapan natin to before. Para magkaroon ng graceful exit ang US, they have to control the Strait of Hormuz. No? At bahagi niyan, bagamat malayo sa Strait of Hormuz, ay i-occupy ang Kharg Island. To occupy Kharg Island, they have to occupy the 400-kilometer
Basically, they have to occupy the south of the
shoreline
country.
of Iran.
It
no?
doesn't work. Yeah.
At para ma-occupy yan, they have to control the Zagros mountain range overlooking the coast. So it will be a full-scale war, worse than Afghanistan. No? Because this is a country of more than 90 million. Twice the size of Afghanistan. No? At these people have been fighting for decades against Iraq, against ISIS, etc.
And you saw ordinary citizens joining the U.S. military spokesman kanina sinabi na actually, di ba may rescue mission? We still don't know what happened there. Kasi parang rescue mission ba yan? Or there was another special ops that went wrong somewhere else? And all we can see are the carapace of all of those mga wasak na aircrafts all over the place, somewhere in Isfahan. But you could see videos of ordinary people, yung mga tribal people. Loris, I think, people, Bakhtiaris, like they were like shooting at Americans. Like yung just parang visceral attack on anyone they felt was invading their country. This is different from what we hear from certain people. No, they will welcome with flowers and and Persian carpet all these American troops. So I think nakakaroon ng real talk situation here. But then again, you're right. I mean, what's the graceful exit here for the U.S.? But if there's one thing I always believed in Trump is his ability to will his own reality into existence, right? Like if he somehow convinces his mind that he won.
Yes, that's why he's seeking the help of a rabbit.
Yun lang, yung, I think that one was like, I think people can, I just sent you there, no? You could see the rabbit was saying, what's going on here, you know? Like, there's always that solution, right? There's always that solution, so.
But ang problema, it will also get worse here.
Yun na. No? So now, punta naman tayo sa atin.
Diba?
It's getting worse as we speak.
Yung increase ng oil, 170 na. Per liter ng diesel. At yung increase ng ating gasoline is 50% more than our neighbors. Meron ng kwan sa Thailand eh. Meron ng rationing.
Rationing ang mga pila-pila.
And yet, mas malaki yung taas ng gasoline natin kaysa sa kanila. So, kailangan mag-ingat tayo, no? Ang ating inflation tumaas na almost double. Compared to last year. Tapos yung prices ng basic commodities, ng food, tumaas din ng almost double. Diba?
So ito, we have the numbers from Bloomberg. I was just on Bloomberg kanina actually with Mr. Ingles, our good friends and all. We were discussing the bigger picture effect in terms of our relationship with China, which we'll discuss very shortly. So Philippine inflation sees biggest shift in 30 years. This is according to Bloomberg analysis. Headline CPI jumps from 2.4% in February to 4.1% in March. So this is gonna get way worse in April because I think people don't realize yung mga tankers po yan, speed ng bicycle. So yung mga nandito na dati pa pumunta dito, mga last month pa.
Nakaalis na yun.
Nakaalis na yung mga papunta. So yung hindi na makapunta dito, makikita mo lang effect niya in the coming weeks and months.
Yes, tapos pessimistic ako doon sa sinabi ng gobyerno na
yung Strait of Hormuz.
Napapadaanin daw yung ating mga vessels na galing sa Saudi Arabia, papunta rito. Ini-imagine ko lang, okay sa akin okay na mangyari.
Of course,
yun,
we want it to succeed,
Ang tanong ko, paano? Wala naman tayong tankers doon. So, anong vessels yung pupunta rito carrying our oil? Ang alam ko ay Saudi Aramco. Ang alam ko ay Petron. But Saudi Arabia is a mortal enemy of Iran. Papadaanin ba nila yon kahit papunta sa atin? Yun yung duda ko.
I think so.
Tapos lalo na kung magkaroon ng full-scale war
sa infrastructure,
next week, magkaroon ng full-scale war, nothing will move.
You mean ground invasion?
Yeah, ground invasion, nothing will move. Tingin mo may mag-i-insure ng mga tankers na dadaan sa Strait of Hormuz? Zero.
Wala. Force majeure lahat.
At kung walang insurance, yung mga tankers, walang gagalaw. No? Walang gagalaw.
And to add to it, Houthis are ready to disrupt also on the other side. From Bab al-Mandab and Red Seas. So, ilalock in yung both sides. It's not just the Persian Gulf, but also here at the Red Sea.
Again, ayoko maging doomsday scenario, prophets.
We're not happy. I don't relish this.
Ayoko mahawa kay Richard.
We're not relishing this.
Linawin natin.
Yeah.
Si Richard kasi dati ng doomsayer siya. No?
Except, I mean, sorry, I'm right again. I'm really sorry. No, I mean, we're hearing some interesting news from the ground, from some people who went on the ground. So apparently, a South Corridor is opening, embracing the shores of Oman, which, by the way, has a very good relationship with Iran. So apparently, daw, the numbers we're seeing registered online is fewer than the reality on the ground. And as we see, baka Oman and Iran ay may konting cord. I mean, I'm not saying the situation is good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's some trickles, literally trickles here and
A
there.
drop in the bucket. There's 3,500 tankers in Oman right now. Nakaparada. That's 3,500. No? Kung may ilan dyan na makakadaan, good. Pero 3,500 tankers? That has never happened before.
It's the worst energy shock in the past century. I think we can it surpasses everything we have seen. And with all due respect, Trump is just making it worse. The more he's insisting on capitulation pa rin. Like yung talking points niya is from another universe.
Multiverse.
It's another universe. Like tapos na yung era niya. Wala na. Nakita na yung mundo, yung limitations ng sheer military force. There's just so much. Diba? I mean, kaya nga, diba? The whole CrossFit thing, diba? War is the continuation of politics by other means. Ito baliktad eh. Politics is the continuation of war by other means. Diba? Very Foucauldian. But that's gonna hurt everyone. And the US is still, dahil malayo sila sa reality of the tanker reality and all of that. But at some point, some projections say US will be hurt the most, even if they're net energy exporter. Because US is the most fossil fuel dependent massive economy.
Yes.
More than China. China is very renewable.
Like their agriculture, planting season ngayon.
Yun.
Nadoble na ang price ng fertilizer.
Which also comes from the Middle East and this part. Yeah.
The ingredients
The urea,
of fertilizer,
exactly.
50% comes from the
Saudis and Persian Gulf.
Strait
Yeah.
of Hormuz. 50%. Ha?
Yeah.
So na-double na ang price ng fertilizer sa US during planting season. At itong mga farmers na ito yung base ng Republicans.
Yeah.
No?
Hindi, kaya nga nagre-resign na lang ibang Republican. Ayaw na nila tumakbo. Because they can see what's coming, right? Like, parang may multiple, you think there's a light under of the tunnel, it's multiple trains coming at different paces. Di ba? Yung may isang train.
And part of asymmetrical warfare, nirelease ng Iran yung Epstein pictures.
Ayun. Kaso nga, di ba, the joke is baka we want the file out to distract people from how bad the reality is now. So kanina, actually, Sir Ronald, medyo na-late ako because I was on Bloomberg. We were having interview. Na-delay lang ng konti dahil may live, si Trump with the Artemis. Di ba? Meron na. So,
yun ang distraction.
yun ang distraction. Interstellar.
Diba? Oo.
And then, ito ba, apat yung interview na astronaut. Yung astronaut like, yung astronaut very Trumpian. Yes, Mr. President, we're here. We're gonna have
We have problems with our toilet.
yung mga ganun.
We have problems with our toilet. Doon sa
Pati yung ano,
sa
parang-
dami ng pwede maging problema, toilet.
But we have seen views that no human being has ever seen in the moon. Ano na tayo? Ano, parang bi-planet species na tayo. Magkakaroon tayo ng second planet. I think people are already making their exit plans, Sir Ronald, from Earth. Which makes me, like, when I watch it, like, did they just say they want to move people to moon? Are they giving up? Sabi ko parang don't look up. Napanood mo yung don't look up? Yung mag-asteroid na pero nagdedebate pa rin sila. So,
Pero mas, kung pa rin ako, multi-dimensional travel.
you're still in the Albert Einstein world. But I don't know. Ask the rabbit. Ask the bunny. Sir Ronald. So where does this put us? Because yesterday we also had Senate President Vico Soto. We had Lacson earlier. More and more coming out and saying it's time for us to discuss joint exploration 60-40 with China. What do you say about that, Sir Ronald? That even these senators who are supposed to be people who are, pretty tough on West Philippine Sea issues and all are saying.
Well, 3 points. First of all, sinubukan na yan nung panahon ng pinaka-pro-China government sa ating history.
Digong or Arroyo?
The Duterte government. So, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Sinubukan din ng kaunti ng Arroyo government. Pero yung Arroyo government, mas mga joint ventures siya.
Oh, joint maritime seismic undertaking.
ZTE, etc. Pero it didn't work. Bakit? Hindi, from the very beginning, parang non-starter siya.
Yeah.
Dahil somebody has to own majority shares. Hindi pa payag ang China na tayong may hawak na majority. It will undermine their 11-dash line na in-undermine na ng ating UNCLOS victory. Hindi rin pwedeng China ang may majority because that
Sa ligang batas natin.
clearly unconstitutional and clearly impeachable. kung mayroong presidente na magtutulak na. No? Pero ikalawa ay how will this be operationalized?
Correct.
Halimbawa, theoretically, kung mawawala yung mga legal impediments na yan, paano mo i-operationalize yan? No? Sinong magdi-drill? China? Wala naman tayong capacity to drill eh.
Right.
So pag nag-drill na sila, pag pinaalis tayo, ano magagawa natin? Diba? E binigyan na natin sila ng rights to drill. Sabihin natin, oy, violation ng agreement.
Yeah.
Naku, yari tayo dyan. No? At ikatlo, yung pinakamalaking elephant in the room, why have a joint venture, a joint exploration with an aggressor, with an invader, with artificial islands which are practically military bases inside our EEZ, no? Harassing our frontliners, our fishermen. Tapos sasabihin mo ay magkakaroon ka ng joint exploration, whether you like it or not. That will undermine our victory sa UNCLOS. That will undermine yung ating claims sa ating EEZ and perhaps further on, even in our sovereign territory. Dahil, huwag mong kalimutan, kiniklaim ng China, even Palawan. No? So, wala ko nakikitang win-win for us. Ang sabi nila, magkakaroon tayo ng supply ng oil. When? Joint exploration will take years, even decades. No? Hopefully, mangyari yan in the next 10 years, kung sakali. But it won't help us in the present crisis. So, what are we talking about?
Which makes me wonder, Sir Ronald, I'm just trying to see the method here. What if it's really the president in a kind of an off-the-cuff way? And this was actually raised with, because mentioned niya sa Bloomberg. This was in his interview in Bloomberg shortly before he declared national energy emergency. Baka naman dahil napaka-frustrated si presidente sa ginawa ng US, pero hindi niya masabi ng openly. Parang this is his way of saying, ayan kayo, wala kayong paki sa amin, pinaano kami. Di ngayon, wala kaming choice, kausapin na namin ng China.
I agree.
Baka there was that element there.
I agree. Pwedeng kwento political statement.
Yeah.
No? A not so veiled threat sa mga Amerikano. We're your closest allies here.
Yeah.
We're
Most
the
important,
front line.
100%.
No? Pero, ba't ganyan yung binigay nyo sa aming tariff? Bakit kulang kayo sa tulong? Diba? Tapos ba't ginugulo nyo yung mundo na apektado kami negatively?
Hindi kami na-consult,
Diba?
hindi kami tinulungan.
Ayun yung
Yeah.
So, pwedeng ganun yan. A political statement. Pero wag tayo magkaroon ng illusion, no, that this will happen. Wag tayo magkaroon ng illusion that Filipino people will support this initiative. No? At kailangan i-emphasize, you're playing in dangerous grounds.
I mean, playing into the enemy's hands.
Yes, because these are not amateurs.
Yeah.
The Chinese are way ahead of us in playing this game. So, ingat tayo. No? Ingat tayo. Maliban ba sa wag mong galitin ang Filipino people na ngayon lang nakaka-rediscover of ng kanilang patriotism.
Yeah.
Diba? Ngayon lang eh.
May momentum.
Ngayon lang ganyan ka-overwhelming yung patriotism ng mga Pilipino since World War II. So, ano nga? Tapos, bubuhusan mo ng malamig na tubig.
Sir Ronald, on speaking of malamig na tubig, I mean, there's also another worry. I think the president is also wondering whether China will take advantage dito sa new world disorder na yan to do something funny and fishy. Meron tayong news report from Wall Street Journal just kahapon that suggests after 10 years of hiatus, China is now moving ahead with building yet another massive military base in the South China Sea area. I said South China Sea because this is in the Antelope Reef in the Paracel, so hindi siya kasama sa West Philippine Sea. Pero alam naman natin, dikit-dikit lahat yan. All the military bases being built in Spratlys, in Paracels, all of this are part of an integrated military machine, structure, right? So, hindi kaya iniisip din ni Presidente na we just need to signal openness to discussion just to bring down the temperature dahil may temptation ng China ngayon to push the envelope more aggressively as they see the US bog down sa Middle East. What about that aspect?
Well, yes, no, they'll push the envelope, but I doubt that they will push it too far. Like,
dahil mas rational ang China kaysa kay Trump, parang yun ang sinasabi mo.
The leadership are also pragmatic. Alam naman nila they're way behind the US militarily up to now.
But Iran
At
is
yung-
also way behind,
at
and
yung-
yet
hindi.
they
Ibang-
bucked down US.
Ibang Iran, no? They've been fighting for decades, no? Hindi pa-
It's a battle-tested country.
Hindi pa tested ang army at
Ng
saka
China.
Navy ng China,
Yeah.
even if it's the biggest in the world.
Parang the last
Qualitatively,
war they had was 1979 invasion of border war with Vietnam, and they kind of lost. They lost exactly.
Oo.
Yeah.
Tapos yung mga maliliit na skirmish with India. No?
Wala yan, not counted yan.
So, hindi sila ganun ka-battle tested. Siguro yung pinaka-latest was Korea. Pero yung kanilang mga soldiers dyan ay mga either dead or octogenarian. No?
1950 pa to.
Oo. So, I doubt if China will push the envelope very far. Like, for example, invading Taiwan. No? That can happen, but I doubt it very much. No? Dahil, ano sabi ni Napoleon?
When your enemy is making
Don't
mistakes,
disturb your
don't interrupt.
enemy when
Yeah.
they're making a mistake. No? Tingin nila, they're looking good kumpara sa US at this point. Bakit nila sisirain yun, di ba? All the allies of the US ay iniiwanan ng US at this point, no? Because of the machinations of Trump and Netanyahu, no? Israel is now the most unpopular country in the world. At sumusunod ng US dahil sa kanilang all-out support sa Israel.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's feeding
Diba?
also into anti-Semitism and all of
Diba?
that, which is very worrying. Yeah.
So, I doubt kung gagawin nila yan. No? Okay sa akin na mas maging independent tayo. Okay sa akin na mag-focus tayo to rebuild our armed forces. At the very least, magkaroon ng minimum capacity to defend. At dyan papasok yung drone industry na dapat sinimulan na natin matagal na.
Which both Ukraine and Iran used very effectively.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, no. So maraming pwede tayong gawin. Pero yung magbe-bend backwards tayo sa China for a joint exploration, joint patrol with the Chinese Coast Guard. That's almost funny if it wasn't tragic, no?
Yeah.
So that will be a huge mistake. No? Huge. Okay sa akin na mag-send ng political statements sa mga Amerikano. Pero hindi yan ang dapat maging tugon dyan ay to bend towards China, to lean towards China. No? Wala tayong makukuha ron.
Sir Ronald, speaking of, sabi nga ni
At
Emma,
panghuli, huwag mong kalimutan, China is confronting huge internal problems. No? Yung kanilang overproduction. Kaya makakita
youth
ka ngayon.
unemployment.
Yeah, youth unemployment, no, slowdown ng economy,
Overcapacity.
demographics,
Yeah.
no. Subukan mo. Bumili ka ng halimbawa mga drones na dati ay $100, mabibili mo ngayon for $600. Made in China. Bumili ka ng mga beds, yung hinahanginan,
Yeah.
it's now 20% of the original price.
So overproduction lahat,
Bumili ka
yeah.
ng mga electric vehicles from China.
Yeah.
It's now a third of the original price. So they're dumping
Yeah.
their products dahil hindi
Wala
nila,
nang markado.
walang bumibili sa
Absorption,
China. No, monitor that, no? Ako, na-monitor ko, nagulat ako eh. No, dahil dati hindi ko mabili yung mga yan dahil sobrang mahal.
Solar panels. Just the other day, I was looking at solar panels.
10% of the original
Yeah,
price.
grabe,
no?
mura lahat.
So, that creates problems for China. Diba? Ang laki ng problema nila. More than at any other time. Hindi nakikita dahil nakafocus yung tao dito sa Iran war. But China is...
things are
is
not
also-
rosy
yeah.
also in China or in Russia.
At itong Strait of Hormuz, itong issue ng Iran, sila at saka India ang pinakatinamaan.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there will be a slowdown in China's economic growth per projections. It's just that hindi rin immune ng US and US allies. That's the problem,
of course.
including us. But Sir Ronald, going back to this, I mean, Emmanuel Kant said something like, you can think freely but act responsibly. Parang pwede kang malikot, mag-isip. Pero when it comes to action, you have to be responsibly. And part of action is actually what you say, what you speak. Interventions, public intervention. Gusto kong pag-usapan yan dahil ang parang nakikita natin ngayon is, ginagamit itong sinabi ni Presidente BBM ukol dun sa issue ng West Philippines Sea Joint Development. At parang wino-weaponize ito ng ibang kaibigan natin. And I'm not talking about the Chinese Embassy spokesman. I'm talking about yung mga people na dapat interest ng ating bayan ng inaunahan. To basically say, ayun pala pati si BBM, nag-gets yun na yung sinasabi namin. Kailangan natin magpakabait sa China.
Yeah.
Let's be constructive. At alam natin, Sir Ronald, I mean, still a third of our folks identify with the DDS camp, with the Duterte camp. And we know where the Duterte stand on this debate.
Yeah.
How worried should we be na ma-weaponize ito ng mga, basically, proxies?
Yeah. They are weaponizing it. No?
Yeah.
Parang ang framework nila, told you so. the told you so framework.
Na hindi Heydarian and Ronald Llamas na doomsday. Iba to, iba to.
Told you
Just
so,
to be clear.
ganun ang sinasabi nila.
Just to be clear,
Hindi lang yan, pati itong Iran war,
Yeah.
pati itong economic crisis, no, etc. At mismo ang China. Imagine, sinabihan tayo ng China, we're open to joint exploration, no? But you have to show sincerity.
Which
Imagine
means,
that,
yeah.
we put ourselves in that situation.
Tayo pang may utang sa
ang
kanya.
insincere,
Yeah, exactly.
no? Imagine that. no?
Unbelievable.
So, hindi
yeah.
lang itong pala nagwe-weaponize. Mismo China, we-weaponize ito.
Unbelievable.
Kinikis-kis sa mukha natin. No? At kahit 1/3 ang mga supporters pa rin ng DDS sa ating population, 90% ang supporter ng ating West Philippine Sea. Ibig sabihin, even within the DDS camp,
Majority are still pro-West Philippine Sea.
Yes. Yun yung kwan dito. Hindi lang nga na-weaponize pa ng gobyerno against the DDS. No? At sa ngayon, ang nakaka-weaponize pa, mga DDS. So, mag-ayos sana yung ating
Mag-ayos. huling item na gusto kong pag-usapan dito bago tayo pumunta ng masinsinan doon issue ng impeachment ng mga others sa next susunod na episode is itong debate pa rin sa excise tax, wealth tax, price cap. Sir, nasaan ka? Kasi nagbabardagulan na yung ibang kaibigan natin. Nagdisciplinary action na yung mga... like, oh my God, like where is this going? Kasi syempre, yung mga ibang kaibigan natin, paniwala nila is hindi nagagana yung mga standard economic free market deregulation, yung mga ganyan argumento dahil the system is rigged. The system is may state capture na tayo at kailangan natin to think outside the box. At the same time, we also have friends who are saying, hindi kailangan may framework. Hindi naman pwede sabog lang na the state steps in, especially if you know the state to be lacking capability, lacking transparency, mamaya kung anong kalokohan mangyari, magkakaroon ng rationing, you don't want to go down there. So, there's potentially healthy debate except naging personal na dun sa ibang kaibigan natin. But, Sir Ronald, constructively, where do you stand on yung mga debates on issues like that?
Well, unprecedented yung crisis.
Yeah.
Unprecedented yung political tsaka economic crisis. Kailangan ma-realize natin yan. That is why, nag-explore tayo ng iba't ibang options.
Outside the box.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pero yung iba't ibang options, dapat tignan natin from a short-term, medium-term, and long-term framework. No? Baka kasi magkakaiba sila. No? Halimbawa, marami doon sa pinagdedebatihan ay usapin ng medium-term at saka long-term. No? Usapin yan nung ating pinasukan na ideological framework nung 90s. Na deregulation, liberalization, privatization. No? It has been long overdue na balikan yan. No? But hindi yan automatically short-term solutions. No?
Yeah.
Ang ginagawa natin ngayon, naghahanap tayo ng combination of solutions. Wala namang standalone eh.
Wala, yeah.
No? Walang standalone solution. Halimbawa, personally, mas gusto ko na tinanggal yung IBAT. I-suspend yan. No?
Pero 300 billion daw mawala, sabi ni Senator Lacson. What about the revenue loss?
I doubt it. No? I doubt it. Hindi ko alam yung numbers. Pero may windfall kasi ngayon ng kwan eh. May windfall ang IBAT.
Kasi yung
because
binili
of the
nila,
crisis.
yeah.
Binili nila ito nung luma eh. Tapos binibenta ng bago.
Sobrang laki ng
diba?
premium. Yeah.
O at least bawasan mo yung windfall. At least. No? Dahil kung tinanggal mo yung IBAT, ang magbe-benefit dyan, mas broader. Right. Consumers, everybody, di ba? Hindi lang mayayaman. Yung excise tax, debate pa yan eh. Kung sino talaga ang makikinabang. Middle class at saka upper class, I don't have the numbers yet. No? Pero sa akin, easily, yung IBAT ang malawak ang impact sa tao.
Ano bang framework mo?
Suspension lang yan Hindi naman yan cancellation.
Temporary, yeah.
Ibig sabihin, habang pinagdedebatihan natin, dahil dati pa namin nilabanan ng IBAT eh.
Yeah.
Dahil from the very start, regressive yan eh. No? Parang naging easy way out sa gobyerno na mag-raise ng maayos na revenues to effective tax collection.
Kasi madali siya i-collect kasi embedded siya eh.
Diba?
Yeah.
Ayun yung regressive siya. Everybody can be taxed ng IBAT eh. Kaya from the very start, nilabanan namin yan eh. Nilabanan namin yan since the 90s. Kaya nga natalo si Recto
yeah.
for senator eh. Isa sa dahilan yan. No?
Naging NEDA secretary
kahit
tuloy.
very popular siya noon. No? So, yan yung ikalawa. Tapos, ikatlo, okay ako na yung mga kayo mga
Intellectual walwal.
public
Intellectual
intellectuals, di ba? Pag-usapan nyo yan, yung medium term to long term. No? Na hindi naman kayo nagbabartugulan, katulad ko. No? Dahil iba yung role ko no? Kaya hindi ako sasama.
Ronald Llamas
Hindi naman
asking
ako-
for
hindi naman ako public intellectual
collegial life.
Intellected lang ako
Yun lang.
So okay lang yan. Within certain parameters. No? Huwag kayo masyadong magpersonalan dahil baka yung pinagtatalunan nyo ay wala namang magseseryoso.
Oh. At in the meantime, the Rome is burning. So
Yes.
sana wag natin idaan sa ano.
Yes.
Wag natin.
It's a combination of solution. Halimbawa, sabi ng GSIS, magsususpend sila moratorium sila sa loans ng kanilang members. Tapos magbibigay sila ng package ng tulong, etc. etc. Sana gawin niya ng lahat ng GOCC. Dahil hindi yan pwedeng iutos ng gobyerno dahil may sariling charter yan.
Correct.
Pero, pwede silang bulungan. Uy, gawin nyo na to on your own. Motopropyo, SSS, GSIS, PhilHealth.
But the bulong
Yan,
power will also apply to the private sector if they're making a lot of windfall profits and
parang
not
matagal pa yung yung
playbook.
wealth tax na yan. In principle, sang-ayon ako dyan.
Yeah.
Dapat matagal na yung ginawa. But that can only be done by a different government. That can only be approved by a Congress na hindi
Captured.
pinapatakbo ng wealthy. No? So it will take time. Pero the president can call the billionaires. Gusto nyo bang magkagulo tayo? Gusto nyo bang magkaroon ng riots? Mag-pot naman tayo. Bigay naman kayo ng part ng inyong kinikita, ng inyong
Or share the
windfall,
shock. Yeah, share the price
Raise
shock.
100 billion.
Yeah.
No? At that can be done with calls from the president. Tulungan niyo ako. Dahil hindi lang ako ang tatamaan dito, pati kayo.
The whole
No,
economy. Yeah.
tayo lahat tatamaan dito. So magtulong-tulungan tayo. No? Kausapin mo yung mga big players. Bakit? Lahat na lang na increases sa oil, transfer ka agad sa
At saka
consumers.
bilis.
No? Kaya ang taas ng difference, laki ng difference natin sa Malaysia, sa Thailand, sa Indonesia.
Second highest
etc.,
price surge
diba?
in the world. Yeah.
Tapos second highest sa buong mundo.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Diba?
Hindi naman tayo second highest, worst overall if you look at the
so,
buffer
ibig
and-
sabihin, something is wrong and ang presidente can do something about what is wrong. Because we have a very strong presidential system na very strong ang presidente. Kung alam ng presidente, paano gamitin yung strength na yan.
So we'd rather have the president make bulong power than joint development with China in the West Philippine Sea. I think that will solve a short-term problem
Yes.
immediately, much
Yes.
more effectively. I think we absolutely can agree
The
on that.
alternative is much, much worse. No?
Yep.
So,
Thank you so much for that, Sir Ronald Llamas, our resident MIT economist. Latest tayo, mga coordinated tax package, bonus moratorium. But that's how you do public policy debates. Dapat ganun. Titignan mo yung mga iba't ibang aspeto. Sa susunod na episode, balikan natin itong issue ng corruption scandal, ombudsman, impeachment, at of course, balikan natin itong favorite topic natin ng Unipink with Sir Ronald Llamas. Thank you very much, Sir Ronald.
thank you.